I bought my daughter's love for 6 weeks when I overheard her planning to bankrupt me and realized we were both broken in ways money couldn't fix. My wife didn't leave me, she upbraided. It's not personal, Jake, she said, packing her designer bags while our 12-year-old daughter watched from the stairs. Richard can give Cooley the life you never could. For 6 years, I watched from the sidelines as my role in Cooley's life shrank with each expensive gift her stepfather bought. I'd spend weeks saving for concert tickets, only for her to cancel because Richard surprised her with front row seats to something better. I'd plan camping trips that she'd skip for spontaneous weekends at his beach house. Dad, why don't you ever take me anywhere cool? She asked on her 16th birthday, comparing my carefully chosen art supplies to the Macad Pro her stepfather had given her that morning. By her senior year, my calls went straight to voicemail. When I finally reached her on her 18th birthday, she answered with irritation. Can't talk now, Dad's taking me to Paris for the week. I thought we could, not you, Dad, my real dad. My real dad. The words hollowed me out. 6 years of financial strain, working double shifts and skipping meals to afford gifts that might make her eyes light up the way they did for him. Then everything changed overnight. My startup, a small software company I'd poured my soul into while my marriage crumbled, was acquired by a tech giant. The struggling business that my ex-wife had mocked as my sad little hobby made me a millionaire. I didn't call Cooley, I didn't need to. She appeared at my door 3 days after the news broke with a smile I hadn't seen directed at me in years. I always believed in you, Dad. For 6 glorious weeks I had my daughter back. We shopped at stores I'd never dared enter before. We dined at restaurants where the menu had no prices. I booked us spa weekends and talked about the European university she'd always dreamed of attending. Richard said they couldn't afford international tuition, she mentioned casually, her eyes never leaving the designer handbag she was considering. But you can, right? Of course, I said. Yesterday I arrived early to take Cully to look at luxury cars Pierre a graduation gift. As I approached her bedroom, I heard her laughing with her mother on speakerphone. He's such a pathetic sucker, my daughter said. I bet I can get him to buy me a Mercedes and pay for that apartment in London before he realizes I have zero intention of ever spending actual time with him. My ex-wife's voice crackled through the phone. Well, he owes us after all those years of being useless. Just keep playing daddy's girl until we've drained enough to make up for everything. I stood there, car keys dangling from suddenly numb fingers as 18 years of parental love crashed against the cold reality of who my daughter had become per terror and who had helped make her that way. I didn't confront them. I simply left, quietly drove home and made 2 phone calls, one to cancel the car and another to set up a scholarship fund for low-eyed students' parents using what would have been Chloe's university money that night. I texted her, can't make car shopping? Something came up? First confusion, then anger, and finally a desperate, but what about school? We were supposed to look at apartments next week. I replied with a single photo, me signing papers for the scholarship fund, with the caption teaching someone's child about responsibility and gratitude. Sorry, it couldn't be mine. But as my phone exploded with messages from both Cooley and my ex, I realized something important. I'd spent years trying to buy a relationship with someone who'd been taught that love has a price tag. The truth is, we both deserved better.